Hello guys and welcome back to TNT Madness. Today we're going to be looking at one of the strongest walls I have ever made, and it's one of the most hardest for cannoneers to deal with because it is an anti-nuke wall and it's an anti-sand wall, and I'll be explaining more in a sec. But anyway, before we get into that, I will be going over just some general stuff about what's been happening with the server and just about my computer and stuff for anyone that's interested at the end of the video. But anyway, what this is it's a giant layer of enchantment tables or ender chests, followed by 2 layers of cobwebs, and then it's repeated, and then behind it is the same wall but stacked one above. And what this allows us to do is it allows us to create a crazy strong wall. And the reason behind this is because enchantment tables are really hard to destroy because they have the same properties of obsidian, but they're slab-like, and you probably already know that, but that's not what makes it strong. What makes it strong is because when you have a nuke cannon firing tons of TNT destroying your whole wall, with this they'll only be able to destroy one portion or 3 blocks of the wall, and then they'll have to fire it like 200 times to get through one layer, and then you've got 3 or God knows how many layers you actually have, and they'll have to have pinpoint accuracy to actually do that. And also it's an anti-sand cannon because on here it can either hit the enchantment table and then fall onto this thing like so. As you can see, it hits there and just hits the enchantment table, or it can get stuck in these cobwebs, which will cause it to not, even if people slab bust this front row, they'll still have to deal with the fact that the sand gets caught in here. And this makes it really strong because it makes it one of the strongest anti-sand walls that there is. And also, if someone gets a bunch of TNT and blows up all this sand, all these cobwebs here, then they will still have to deal with these slabs here, and because they can't stack sand on slabs, they'll have to destroy this and then go through all the rest of your wall. So this becomes a very tedious job for the cannoner, and if you build your walls in like a staircase pattern like this, then they can't just fire tons of TNT through the cobweb, because if they were to fire it extremely precisely and fire the sand through here, they would still hit this cobweb and instantly get destroyed. So this thing is insanely strong for that one reason, and if I get enough resources on factions, I'll be most definitely building this wall because it is just really strong. So for everyone that's had or wanted a solution to nuke walls, this is your solution, and as you can see, it is a really strong wall. But anyway, let's get on with the tutorial. So now on to the tutorial. So what you're going to need is as wide as you like, how big your base is, pretty much just the dimensions of your base, and really you can make this as thick as you like as long as you make it in a staircase pattern, but I'd recommend that you make it at least 4 thick, 1 for the very front row if you're going to have your main enchantment tables or slabs or whatever. I'd recommend enchantment tables just because it makes it a hell of a lot stronger, and then you'll have your 3 rows for your actual main wall. And what you're going to need for this is just some scaffolding blocks. You're going to need either enchantment tables or ender chests, and a ton of them, as well as a ton of cobwebs, as this is going to take a huge amount of them. So the first thing you want to do is on your front layer here is you just want to place down your slabs. If you don't think 1 layer is enough, which I'm pretty sure it will be, you can add 2 or 3 or 4 or how many you need. Also you can use the ender chests, it'll do the exact same thing. So now what you want to do is start off by placing your enchantment tables or ender chests on the front layer here, and then what you want to do is cover up these back blocks here with either blocks, or you can bring the wall down by 1 and place your enchantment tables along this row. Also, quick tip, it's actually cheaper to make enchantment tables than it is ender chests, so I'm going to be using these for the rest of the video, and in general I'd pretty much just use them anyway. So after that, unless you have a huge stock of ender chests or something for some reason, and then you want to make this back one too high, and the reason for this is because we're going to be, like I said, making it in a staircase form. And now you just want to place enchantment tables or ender chests on top of that like so. It's probably a good idea to also press shift. So after this you just want to go ahead and place down your cobwebs on top of the front row. You want to make it 2 layers high, and then you want to do the same thing for the 2 back rows, and this will create the giant cobweb pattern thing that is really dangerous. The only downside to having this many cobwebs is TNT can actually destroy it really easily, but it'll take them forever to actually get TNT up here, and also you can still have water along your front without it disturbing the cobwebs. So that's one thing I should probably mention. So after this, all you want to do is then place your enchantment tables on top again, and then repeat the whole process of cobwebs on top like so. And then of course once you're done, you want to place water on top. So as you can see, a very simple way of building this wall, and all you have to do is continue making this go up to as high as you want it to be. And if you have to make it, if it gets to sky limit and you can only have like enchantment tables at the top layer or a single cobweb, then that's completely fine. It won't affect the effectiveness, especially up at roof level. But anyway, this is the tutorial, so let's actually get on with all the stuff. So now I'm just going to be talking briefly about what's happening with the server and essentially what's happening with my computer. So to start off with, the server is now live again. We've made a ton of changes and it's been a huge success. It's honestly been great. We've got pretty much everything that wanted to get done. We've swapped over to Engine 2. There's a giant change log on there that's massive of everything that we have changed. And if you want to check it out, you can go on the server right now. It's still pvp.tnfactions.com. So everything on there is quite fine, and we're just sprucing up the website and doing everything like that at the moment. And that's what I've been spending most of my time on doing at the moment. And anyway, with my new computer, which is technically second-hand because I bought it for a slightly lower price than you get it in a shop, and it's not going too well for me. I got it off a site called Trade Me, and I got like tons of peripherals and accessories and stuff, but the computer itself is not that great. The main issue is the graphics card, because it's making the screens, I don't think it's the monitor, because the monitors both go off at the same time. But what happens is they get screen tearing and they black out and then they go off, and it just screws up the whole computer. So I'm pretty sure it's just a graphics card issue, and I'll probably have to save up forever to actually get a new graphics card. So until I can get this problem solved, I will not be making videos on my computer. But one plus is I have actually made the order from Amazon to get a Blue Yeti and a giant mic stand thing. So I've already got that mic getting sent over, and hopefully in the near future I will set up some solution for reverb. And another issue is the computer that I've actually got has got much louder fans too, and I've tried to throttle them, but the computer doesn't like that with its already horrible graphics card. And when I did open up the computer for the first time, it was so dusty, and I spent about 3 hours cleaning it. So not fun at all, but yeah, so that's why I'm using my main laptop at the moment. But anyway, I shall get this problem solved, hopefully. But anyway, that's just a really quick update of what's happening. So anyway, if you enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Like, comment, and subscribe. If you have anything that you want to tell me, I love feedback, so that's great. But anyway, goodbye from TNT Madness.